Greetings, good people of Earth. Have you felt frustrated or disappointed with the decisions of your representatives? Would you like to have more voice and vote in the laws that affect your life? If so, keep watching this video because I'm going to introduce you to an innovative proposal that could change the way politics is done. Previously we explored democracy as the best form of organization from the point of view of the participation of all citizens. I also told you how democracy is a concept, an idea, and that representative democracy is just one of many ways to put it into practice. Join me now in this reflection. At the very essence of representative democracy is the premise that your representatives create laws in an informed and reasoned manner, fully understanding the consequences of their decisions, with the good of their community as their guiding principle. However, inevitably, a distortion arises when your representatives operate with a logic different from the good intentions they express publicly. This divergence is motivated by personal interests, which deviate from the collective well-being, such as their political career, and the interests of the political party to which they belong. Their hidden agenda. The model that I present to you below seeks to promote rational decisions that reflect the best of human intellect, and represent a starting point on the discussion about how to improve democracy. For this reason it is called logo-democracy, and its objective is to generate the conditions for all people to have the possibility of achieving their personal happiness project. To begin with, I propose to distinguish two types of decisions. Those that need technical knowledge to be defined responsibly, from those related to personal preferences, and that do not require prior basic training, such as defining part of the legislative agenda of Congress for a year through quadratic voting, by all citizens of a country. In this video we will focus on the first type of decisions so as not to overwhelm you with too much information. The proposal is simple but powerful, a democracy that is inspired by reason to illuminate the decisions of a community, based on three different groups of people, who share a common characteristic, the knowledge necessary to make a good decision. The first group you know well, your representatives as always. Career politicians. Those of whom you suspect are not making decisions that always have in mind the best interest of their community. But with a difference that I will explain later. The second group is an expert panel by bill, made up of specialists in the fields of study related to each law. Namely, academics, researchers or professionals experts in a specific topic. The third group is a virtual Congress by bill. In the style of the old school of ancient Greece. A group of randomly selected people whose mission will be to vote on a law. However, chance is not enough to participate in this deliberative process. They will have to previously pass an e-learning course specific for each law, designed jointly by academics from the most important universities in each country. Passing this course will accredit that the person knows the consequences of their decision when voting on a law. If they pass the course, along with earning their right to vote, their participation will be remunerated in case they do not abstain from voting. Let's go back to the first group for a moment, your usual politicians. A different way of promoting rational decisions on their part is related to changing the composition of their remuneration, in which it is made up of a fixed part and a variable part, where the latter has the highest proportion. Basically an incentive model. In a similar way to the virtual Congress, to earn the variable part of the remuneration, they must first pass an evaluation that certifies their knowledge of the laws that throw away, and certainly not abstain at the time of voting. At the end of each group's voting, their results can be integrated to approve a law according to the following formula. Now I explain how it works. Suppose there is a law that is voted as follows. In Congress 120 people vote. 60 vote in favor, 40 against and 20 abstain. In expert panel 10 people vote. 8 vote in favor and 2 against. In virtual Congress 100 people vote. 50 vote in favor, 30 against and 20 abstain. I divide the number of abstentions in my formula by 2 because I assume that the abstentions represent an intermediate position between for and against. In other words, each abstention is equivalent to half a vote in favor and half a vote against. In this way, abstentions do not affect the final result of the vote, but keep it proportional to the number of votes cast. So, applying the formula, the final result of the vote is 0.599. This result means that the law has an approval of 59.9% among the three groups, which could be enough to approve it or not, depending on the threshold that is established. This is not a definitive formula. Ultimately, the best way to optimize this formula is to perform an empirical test. But it is a starting point to understand the proposal. Perhaps at this point the following question comes to mind. What guarantees would there be that voters would act honestly and responsibly? This approach is based on a fundamental premise: quality education. Where the individuals chosen at random have gone through a training process in their school stage that aims to develop digital skills, learning skills, and above all, promote the training of people as responsible citizens in the construction of their community, with shared values as a society. In this way, this model makes it possible to operationalize the word quality in the educational context, no longer based on a university selection process, but taking as an indicator the number of people who can and wish to exercise the role of citizen with honesty and integrity in the virtual Congress. In summary, Logo Democracy is an innovative proposal that seeks to improve the quality and representativeness of political decisions. By incorporating the participation of experts and informed citizens, it ensures that laws are based on knowledge and reason, and not on hidden or partisan interests. This path traces the course towards a type of government that fuses the scientific method and technology to improve communication and the ability of a country to reach consensus in the light of reason. It allows stand-on-shoulders giants and bring back Plato's old philosopher king, updated to your times. I leave you a question to think about. Do you think democracy can be improved? Would you like to know more?